Well, obviously for us, it's a disappointing loss. I felt we played very hard. It wasn't about effort. It wasn't about attitude. And Rutgers played very hard as well, which they always do. It's a much improved, getting better by the game basketball team. And thought we got off to a good start. Then obviously we got in a little bit of a foul trouble. Vic getting his third there in the first half, and kind of had to manage that the rest of the first half. And we just had droughts again offensively. And I want our guys to continue to be confident. I thought we had good looks. They made a conscious effort to really take away Derek Pardon. They have a lot of big bodies, and they were double teaming him and smothering him, and they weren't going to give him any open opportunities. And in order to loosen that coverage up, you got to make jump shots. And I thought we got a number of looks. We made a few there in the second half when we were mounting a comeback, but overall throughout the course of the game, we weren't able to make them pay for really trying to smother Derek. So it's frustrating. I really feel for the guys. Their attitudes have been great. They're working really hard. Nobody likes losing. It's not a fun feeling, and you just have to dig down and roll your sleeves up and try to find a way. These are 2 in a row now where the Iowa game, you have a big lead late that you kind of let slip away, and then tonight, I thought we had the ball right at the rim to take the lead, with 10 seconds to go with the guy I would want to have the ball, in Vic. He turned the corner, made a great move, and he was right at the basket. So just didn't go in and give their guy credit. He walked up and made 2 big free throws to give him the 3-point lead. So disappointing night. We got to keep plugging along, man. There's another game in a couple days. So, there's going to be no quit in our team. We'll get together tomorrow and try to put a game plan together for Saturday to get ready for our next game.
Coach, it was about 6 minutes left in the game. You guys went about a 3-minute stretch without scoring. What can you say about that stretch and how that kind of just it dug you guys a hole to dig out of the end? Yeah,
it's hard because, really, again, guys, I mean, if you hold teams in this conference in the 50s, your defense is pretty darn good. The last game that team played, they scored 94 points on the road at Illinois. So to hold them to 59 points, under 60 points, 3 for 16 threes, 16 turnovers, it was not about our defense. It was about our inability to score the ball. And, we're trying to find ways to get the ball where we need to get it. And a lot of times, though, if, and you guys can look, a lot of times it's a make or miss type deal. The other night we made the same shots and we scored 79 at Iowa. So, I felt like we got really good looks. I felt like at times we didn't take good shots. But overall, I want our guy. We have to take open shots when they're there, and we have to take them with confidence. And it was disappointing, like you said. Your defense is grinding. You have to put the ball in the basket to continue to give yourself the energy you need to push forward.
I think you take me through the last play, at least with Vic. Could you have drawn it up differently, or you think that was the look you were going for?
The one he missed in the lane. Yeah, I mean, he's right there. I mean, I thought, it was one of our favorite out-of-bounds plays. We got him turning the corner. I mean, he's right in the middle of the lane. I mean, I would take that shot all day. I mean, he's our key guy. He's got the ball right there. He just missed it, which, we win and lose together. I mean, if he gets it again, he's going to make it. So, that's exactly what we wanted to run, and I thought we got a great look.
When you're in a stretch like this, you're kind of in a rut. What are some of the things you're saying to the guys after the game, and what are some of the things they're saying? What's the mood in the locker room?
Well, I mean, they're down. They're down because there's a big investment that these kids put in all programs. They work really hard. They put the time in. Not only with the stuff with practice, but watching film and getting their bodies right. And when you go out there and you fight and you come up short the way we have, 5 in a row, it's tough. So, immediately after a game, I don't want to say too much because there's not too much you can say to make them feel better other than, guys, we got to come back tomorrow and we got to figure it out. Like this is an unforgiving league. Everybody's really good. Like nobody's going to feel sorry, that we're struggling to score at times and haven't been able to get a win. We got to figure it out. We got to dig down. We got to come together. We got to put 40 minutes together and find a way to get a win.
What was the difference in the rebounding in the Iowa game and tonight?
Well, they're big, as Iowa was too. But these guys they're big. They're physical. I thought we did a better job in the Iowa game of kind of, we call it like gang rebounding, where it's 5 guys against their 2 or 3. I thought we got a little bit spread out tonight, which gave their bigger guys a little bit more room to mash the boards and keep balls alive. And, obviously anytime you play those guys with their size, that's a key point of emphasis. And, they did an outstanding job, being able to get those 12 offensive rebounds.
Also, you said you want your team playing with confidence. Do you think they're playing with confidence right now?
At times, I thought they did in the Iowa game. I thought they did, and and the one thing I just want them to do is not have it be predicated on just making your first shot or making your first couple shots. Like, you stay confident even if you've missed your first couple. And that's with these guys. They all care. They want to win. I think at times when it hasn't gone well early, we have a tendency to get a little bit inward, all of us, and that's where we've needed to get better. We got to help each other. We got to help each other get out of it. And that's the only remedy. I mean, I want these guys they need to stay upbeat. They gotta keep fighting. I mean, you really have only 2 choices. You can lay down on the season, or you can dig down and fight. And there's no doubt in my mind what that group in my locker room is going to do. I mean, they're going to fight. They're going to come back tomorrow, and we're going to get ready to fight on Saturday night against Nebraska.
You mentioned a way to free up Pardon in the post is to hit jump shots. Are there any other adjustments you made sort of strategically, or that you think you could have done to could have
Yeah, I
made a
mean, you
difference?
try. The problem is they're swarming them with double teams. So you try to get them to attack early. You try to get it to them in transition. But it was they did a good job. I mean, every time he caught it, he had 2 guys 6'11" smothering him. So you got to give yourself up in a double team. And that's where I thought we got some open looks on the weak side, and that's the only way you can bury that cover. If they're gonna send 2 guys to 1, then that means you're playing 4-on-3 with the other group, and you got to find the ball has to move, and the other guys have to make them pay. And sometimes we did, a lot of times we didn't, which made that an effective coverage. So, I mean, as always, we're trying to get them the ball, but guess what? The other team knows that too. And those guys over there are really good coaches, and people put schemes together, and they're going to try to take away what you want to do and make you go to plan B. And we just weren't able to make the open shots tonight to loosen up the double teams down low.
Anything else?
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the same note, why do you think Derek was the guy they decided to take away?
Because he's playing great. He's an elite big man in this conference. He's proven that if you play him with one-on-one coverage, he's a hard guy to stop. So, I think we're going to see more of that as the year goes on, where we practice it. And I thought for the most part we didn't turn the ball over against it. We moved the ball, we got it to the open areas. You got to knock down the shots. And we're just right now. We've been real up and down with our shooting, and hopefully it'll all come around, because it's I always believe in the law of averages when it comes to shooting. As long as the guys are putting the time in the gym, as long as they're getting in the gym, they're getting their work, and as long as they keep shooting good shots, that's the only thing you can keep encouraging them to do.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, guys.